Hi, it's Susan at Susan Rains Design. Today I wanted to share with you the room makeover I did for my son's bedroom. He is 5 and he's been asking for a big boy room for quite a while now. His room still had a crib that was converted into a toddler bed, and he still had his chair that I used to nurse him in, and he wanted all of that to change and to have a big boy room. So between Christmas and New Year's, he was with his grandparents, and I took the opportunity to secretly update his bedroom into a big boy room. One of the things I did was paint his dresser and a nightstand that we had in the basement. And I had posted some pictures of that, and people seemed very interested in what I had going on there, and I wanted to show you how it turned out and what the room looks like now that it's finished. So here we have the dresser that I painted. I used a Sherwin-Williams enamel paint. It's a deep red, I believe it was called Rave Red. And I used a roller to get this real nice smooth finish. You can use a paintbrush, but then you would need to sand between each coat, and I imagine it would have taken longer. Now this, because it was gray and because of all the pigment that was in this paint, it took 5 coats to achieve this nice even finish. If I had used a brush, it may have only taken 3 coats, because they would have been thicker, but then I would have had to sand in between, and I imagine that in the end it would have taken longer. So I've painted some other furniture, and using a brush is really time consuming because of that sanding thing that you have to do. So this was quicker, even though it took me 5 coats to get this color, and Ian absolutely loves it. Red is his favorite color. I also changed the hardware. If you can see, it's a rubbed bronze look, so it has this kind of orange peeking out that I thought looked really nice with the red of the dresser. And then over here we have our cat Sesame, who loves sitting on Ian's bed. And Ian got a new poster for his room. It's kind of his first poster, actually. He's never had a poster before. He's been really into Pokemon, and I thought that the red in here, picked up nicely on the dresser, and the blue and the yellow are also colors in his room. And I dry mounted it on foam core. It's not quite a standard size. It's not 18 by 24, which would be standard. So I decided to dry mount it instead of putting it into just a simple ready-made frame. Dry mounting is also kind of a nice option for a room like this, a kid's room, where I don't have to worry about glass or something falling down on him. It's just super lightweight foam, so no big deal. But the dry mounting helps it look nice and presentable and smooth, and it'll stay nice for the long haul. And then I got this twin bed frame for him. This color wood I coordinated with his toy chest. Excuse what kind of looks like a mess. This is real life for you. And then his nightstand, I also painted that same red. And what I found out along the way of working on this project was that the D-shaped lever handles that this had were not a standard spacing anymore. This is a relatively old dresser or an old nightstand that I decided to paint, and the spacing from here to here was odd. So when I went to Lowe's and looked for hardware, I couldn't find anything that would be this exact size. So instead I decided to do these knobs, which work out really well. I think the shape is nice. It being rectangular kind of looks good with this rectangular nightstand that we have, and it also gives it kind of a playful look with these extra rectangles everywhere. A little bit playful, a little bit whimsical. Ian's book storage. He now has an easel instead of a chair. He's already started to paint and to color there. Some more toy storage I was telling you about. and his dresser. So he is super, super happy with his room, which makes Mom really happy, of course. And, you know, if you had a room in your home that you wanted to update, like say if Ian were my client and he wanted to hire me to update his bedroom, this project would be a great example of a designer room makeover. So what I would have done for Ian here, since let's assume he wanted to mostly do it on his own, he just needed the plan, I would have laid out the space for him, given him suggestions for what he could buy to fill out the space, to make it more of what he wants it to be. And then I would provide him with a shopping list and a fully laid out plan to execute the room and complete it on his own as his time and his budget allowed. And it would include a shopping list as well, so he could just click through that shopping list and do what he needed to do to complete his room. And then if there was something in the mix, like a dresser like Ian had, that maybe you wanted to repurpose, refresh, that's something that I could help you with. I've painted several pieces of furniture and I really enjoy doing that. And I love being able to repurpose and recycle things for people, because we don't want to send our stuff to landfills. It's really great if we can use what we have and make the best of it. So I would love to know what you think of Ian's room, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.